This is John Hansen, and we are at the Powerhouse Gym in Downtown Tampa in the gym training with Mike Cavanaugh, NPC men's physique competitor. Mike, you're getting ready for the North America next weekend, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So how many years have you been competing now, Mike, as a men's physique competitor?
This will be my second year. Yeah.
And how many shows have you done this year?
This will be my fourth show this year.
What shows have you done, and how did you place?
I did the Junior USAs in May. I placed second. And then I just did the Dexter Jackson in Jacksonville. I placed fifth. And then I did the Florida State here in Orlando, placing third. And those were just a warm-up to kick off the North American show next Friday.
So what's been your plan to get ready for this show? I mean, what's the plan with your physique? You're trying to get bigger, leaner? What changes did you make in your physique from last year?
Well, from last year, I'm not really trying to put on any more size. Just trying to, more detail. Continue to work on my posing. I'm very lean as it is already. So just trying to basically widen my upper body to try to heighten my symmetry a little bit, bring out my lats a little more. But that's about it.
Think you got enough size now for a men's physique competitor?
From the critiques from the judges, they tell me not to get any bigger, so I'm just going to maintain the size that I have and just work on the small aspects that I need to work on. So
now, doing so many shows this year, have you been pretty much dieting all year? Pretty much staying lean all the time?
Yeah, I've been dieting since basically February of this year. So I mean, a couple weeks here and there, but it's been pretty much all year.
Now, where do you have to place at the North America in order to get your pro card?
They're giving out cards to the first and second place winners in each height class for men's physique.
If you didn't get it on this one, would you go to the Nationals in November in Florida?
Yeah, that's going to be the plan. Yep.
All right, Mike, you're training back today, and you're 1 week out, obviously, so you're not going that heavy as like you usually would. Basically, what you're trying to do now, 1 week out from the show, is you're just trying to deplete the glycogen, not really going that heavy now, right?
Pretty much, yeah. This was pretty much my last full workout before real depletions actually start, and they'll start tomorrow.
So you started off with the wide grip chins and then went different hand position?
Right, I started off the wide grip chins, and then I moved in closer and closer just to try to variance up the different muscles in the back.
Now, as a men's physique competitor, what are you trying to do with your back? Are you just mostly trying to get the width, so when you turn to that back position, you have that V shape?
Well, ideally, I'd like to create depth as well as width. Okay. I do lack a little bit of depth in my back. Okay. But overall, like right now, I'm mainly trying to widen my lats and bring my lower lats in a lot more. It heightens my V taper a little bit. My lats start pretty high, so my taper kind of diminishes just a little bit because my obliques are quite shredded. So it's a good and a bad thing, I guess.
Yeah. So in the off season, then, what exercises are you focusing on to get that, to achieve those goals?
I do a lot of underhand type grip movements, a lot of wide grip pull-ups, lat pull-downs. I like to isolate the lower lats with like a reverse close grip pull-down. Instead of sitting frontwards, I'll actually turn around and lay on my back, or I'll sit on top of a dumbbell on the row machine.
Yeah, I noticed you did that also today too, right? You were doing the close grip lat pull down, like with a reverse grip.
Right. Yeah, I feel that it concentrates on my lower back a lot more, and I've actually physically seen results bring my lower lats out a lot more. Yeah.
And then after you're doing the chins and the pull downs, what did you go to next?
We did some just straight bar pull downs, and then like I said, we went into I did the upright rows on with the ropes on the cable machine, and I pretty much ended with some hanging leg raises for just my core.
Now those rope pull-ins that you were doing for the upper back, that's just more for detail?
Yeah, it's just I'm just detailing it out a little bit. It gives me a little bit of separation up top.
You're doing a lot of supersetting today. Do you normally do that even in the off season, or you just stick with mostly straight set?
For back, I do like to superset some workouts. I always keep a quick rest interval, no more than 1 minute rest. I'm always a quick high intensity workout.
All year long?
Yeah, all year long. That's pretty much how I work out.
So your workout's probably pretty quick then, huh? All year?
Yeah, pretty quick. I mean, if it's back, it's usually about 45 minutes. I time it on my clock. I just come in and do what I got to do, and then I get out. So.
How do you split up your body parts during a typical training session?
Usually I'll do chest and tri together with some calves and abs. Those are usually my longer workout days, obviously. I'll do shoulders with biceps. Back will be completely by itself. It's one of your biggest body parts of your body versus your legs. And then legs will be their own day as well. I like to throw calves in there 2 to 3 times a week. And I stopped training my abs so much because I really don't have to, fortunately. So I'll do abs maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, it seems like once you got the ab development, you don't have to train them as much. It seems like they're always there.
Well, I mean, I believe abs are built in the kitchen, so everybody's got them. You just got to bring them out.
So are there certain body parts that you're really trying to focus on, or you just pretty much train your whole body?
I like to do some touch-ups, typically on every day except shoulder day. I'll do some lat touch, or rear delts and side laterals. I'll do 3 to 4 sets of 20 to 25, just to try to detail out my shoulders a little bit more. That'll give me a little bit wider look, which will also help with my taper as well. And then same thing with my back. I'll do some back touch-ups on all days except for back or off days, just to try to, again, detail the width, a little bit of depth here and there.
How many days a week are you training?
Usually I'll do a 2-day, 1-day split. I like to get a good amount of rest in at the same time, so I believe recovery is obviously very important. So I want to make sure that I get a good amount of rest.
Is that
all the touch-ups as well? So.
Is that pre-contest too?
That's pre-contest, yeah. I pretty much stick with the same regimen the entire time, and then I'll detail out certain spots that we feel need to have that detail or lax detail.
Now, how about cardio, Mike? How often do you do that, like in the off season and pre-contest?
Off season is not too much. I'm fairly lean year-round. So I mean, cardio does increase as it gets closer to showtime for me. Honestly, no more than 45 minutes at a session, and usually it's maybe 3-4 times a week, if that. And that's high cardio for me. So I mean, unless I'm pushing it and I've slacked off a little bit, I normally never do 2-a-day cardios. So.
And then what type of cardio do you believe in? Do you do fasted cardio? Do you do steady state? Do you do more high intensity interval training?
I usually do HIIT training. I usually stick with a 1-in-1 ratio. That seems to work best for me. Like I said, I stay pretty lean year round, so I like to keep things consistent, and consistency is key with me. I would hope for most people. So,
1-to-1 ratio. What do you mean? Like 1 minute fast, 1 minute slower?
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What machine do you use, or what exercise do you use for that?
I just do treadmill. I don't use any intervals on the treadmill. I no incline. Just 1 minute high, 1 minute low.
Are you running then on the high?
I'm doing about 75 to 80% of my max for that full minute.
And then what's your weight difference in the off season compared to a show?
Usually it's no more than 10 to 15 pounds at most, and usually that's all water. So I'm not a big gainer after the shows. So I usually just, like I said, 10 to 15 pounds at most.
I would imagine as a men's physique, you got to be a little cognizant of being too big, right, for the competition?
Yeah, this is actually the first time since I've been competing for 2 years. I've made a lot of changes since I started. This is actually the first time I've been told I'm too big, or almost on that line. So I'm trying not to cross that threshold. I mean, I see a lot of the pros. Those guys some of them are pretty big, but they're already on that level. So I guess they can get away with it. Yeah. But in order for me to get there, I want to make sure that I take the judges' critiques, and listen to them. So they're the ones judging me on the stage. So.
All right, Mike, we got a really good look. We wish you the best of luck this weekend at the North America, or actually next weekend at the North America, and wish you the best of luck in your career.
Great, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
For John Hansen, this is FloridaPhysique.com at Powerhouse Gym in Downtown Tampa.